So today I decided I wanted to get some tidying up done in the garden, but it hasn't stopped raining all morning. I think it's finally eased off. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so I'm going to make a start now and see what I can do. I've already been to the garden centre, got myself some farmyard manure. So the plan is to start clearing the beds out a bit, cutting things down, manure them all, and then they'll all be ready for planting. So as you can see, I've got plants from last year that all need cutting back down to the ground and tidying up, a bit of weeding to do as well. I'd probably like to start out the front and do it bed by bed and then work my way towards the back. It's not too big, so it shouldn't take too long. There's a couple of things to clear out here. These are some Salvia patens that I grew from seed a couple of years ago, and they're not hardy, so they'll be dead now. I saved a couple in the greenhouse, but I had too many to save them all. I'm going to move that lily back to the corner as per my plan. Then at the back here, I'm going to put those Delphiniums that I've grown from seed. I've got a few that are getting quite big now, so it'll be good to get them in now. And the rest of this bed, I was planning to put in more tender plants, so they won't go in quite yet, but I'll manure it so it'll be all ready for when it warms up a bit. I didn't think these survived the winter because they're definitely not hardy, but that doesn't look dead to me, so I did want to leave one in here, so maybe I'll leave one of these in here and pot the other two up. Yeah, it's definitely shooting there, look. That's good. 3 plants I didn't think I had. It smells absolutely gorgeous over here with all these hyacinths. So, that's the bed all cleared. In the plan that I made, I put a canna about here. So, I'm going to put some honesty. So there's already honesty all around the side here, and I think it looks lovely when it flowers and when you get the seed heads afterwards as well. So there's an honesty coming up there, so I might move that to that front corner here. I think these are leeks because they were planted here before and there was a few bits left over. I might leave those as well, they're not really in the way. I'm going to move that lily a little bit further back into the corner, and then I was going to put a ginger in the front, but I can't do that until it's a bit warmer. This salvia, I was planning to put one here that I kept in the greenhouse, but amazingly these have all survived, the ones that are in here, so I'm just going to use one that was in here already. And then the Delphiniums I'm going to put in the back here. And I've got some I can plant now that are looking quite big. And then in this corner I was going to put a bit of silver leaf. But I'm thinking what I might actually do is those Californian poppy seeds I've got, they like quite a dry sunny spot. And this is quite a sunny spot. It's by the wall, south facing. So I was thinking I might scatter them all along the front here, and I thought that would look really pretty instead of that silver leaf, because that's not that exciting really, is it? I think that will be better, and I think the ivory will go quite well with everything else that I'm going to have going on in here. I'm going to get that out of the way, then I'm going to throw some manure on here, and then I'll plant what I can now and leave spaces for everything that's a little bit more tender. some lovely looking lily bulbs there coming through. So I'm going to plant them a bit further back in the corner because they get quite tall. They're already shooting. So I'm looking forward to those flowering this year. I've got a bit of blood, fish and bone here, which I'm just going to sprinkle over the bed before I put the manure down. Should do. Tickle it in. Get the salvia back in. Get the delphiniums. I grew them from seed last year and they've come on quite nicely. No idea what colours they are because they were a mixture, but these are my biggest ones, so I'm going to plant them first, and I'm probably going to plant them quite close together because they're still quite small. And then in future years I can always take some out and space them out a bit if they get too big. Right, so let's not forget where our lily is. Just there. So I think that's that bed all done for now. Giving it a bit of feed, a bit of manure, put in 3 delphiniums at the back here. Got the lily moved back to the corner there. There's a salvia hidden in there. Room for the canna to go in here. And I'll squeeze the ginger in this corner somewhere. It's not very big at the moment, so I should be able to get it in. And then I'll have a bit of space at the front to sow some of those poppy seeds. I just went round the back and found this silver leaf in my cold frame, and now I'm thinking maybe I could just squeeze that in here, just next to the rose there, because I really did like the silver with the pink of the flowers. I thought they looked really nice together, and I might still have a little bit of room at the front for those poppies. Right, now I'm done, I think. Yeah, next bed. So, it's been about a month since I planted this bed up now, and everything's coming along nicely. The delphiniums have grown quite a bit. We've got the lilies coming up over in that corner there. Salvia shooting there. I haven't put the tenders in yet, but we've got down to 0 and 1 this week, so it's still too cold. I'm going to have to wait a little bit longer and keep an eye on the forecast. And over here, the honesty is flowering beautifully, and it looks really nice next to that alkanet. The rose is really going for it now as well. Got a couple of Aquilegias that have self-seeded just coming through here as well. They'll be pretty. My Enkianthus is starting to flower. That's looking really pretty. And over here, I've got this very pretty forget-me-not. I can't remember any forget-me-nots here last year, so I'm not sure where that's come from, but I'm very happy to have it here. So, after all that rain we had this morning, it's actually turned out to be quite a nice day now. The sun's come out, and this is probably the warmest I've felt outside in a while, and it's not raining, so that's good. So, I've got one bed done, and I think I'm going to do this one next. Over here I've got a clematis. I think this is Coriana brunette. I'm not sure if that's how you say it properly. So there is an Astrantia in here somewhere. It didn't actually flower last year because I think I had like a little field vole or something, and every leaf that came up, it just got munched away straight away. So I'm not actually even sure what colour it is because I haven't seen it flower. But hopefully this year he's moved on and we'll actually see what colour that is this year. Some chives down the end here. A nice Verbena bonariensis. This is a Gladiolus, an Echinacea. So I'm going to chop all of this back, give it a quick weed. This space is where I want to grow those Thunbergia seeds that I sowed last week. Sow them up this framework here. Might need to put a bit more at the top of the wall here. So it shouldn't take me too long. It's not very big. And that'll be one more bed done. Well, I think that's that bed all done. Didn't take too long at all. Might even get a bit more done today. Maybe I'll deal with this clematis here. I tried to grow morning glory through it last year and it's all sort of tangled up in with the clematis. And the clematis is growing nicely now, so it will be good to get all that dead morning glory out of there. Oh no, look, I snapped it. Lost the flower. Never mind. It's been about a month since I did this bed now. The birds have been spending some time in it, as you can see. The clematis is really growing now. And a few things are just popping up in the soil. This Astrantia is poking through. This Echinacea. I think that's a little Hedychium that I planted in there last year. I forgot I'd put that in there. And the Gladiolus has got a few shoots coming up. I always just leave it in the ground over winter, even though some people say not to, but it's always been fine. And we've had some quite harsh winters. Maybe where it's protected by this wall and it doesn't get too wet here. Verbena. This clematis over here, it's got some really nice flower buds coming on it now, so I'm looking forward to that bursting into colour. Should look lovely. And the Hedychium is just getting taller and taller and taller. It's getting a bit cold tonight, so I'm hoping it'll be alright. What I want to do next, you see how down here it's all really, really mossy. It just gets so wet down here. What I'm going to do is dig out another bed all the way along here and plant it up. So that's probably my next job. And I also need to tidy up this bed. And I've got a few things that I want to move around and plant in here. And same thing again, the bed at the back here.